What is up, Alabama fans? Last night, the Crimson Tide landed two more commitments. You had running back E.J. Crowell and then tight end Max Suter both commit to the Crimson Tide's 2026 recruiting class, and we put shorts out for you guys when that happens. So do not miss out. Don't miss any Alabama Crimson Tide commits. Hit that sub button. Stay locked in right here, the Alabama Football Report by Chat Sports. All right, coming up on today's show, we are doing the same exact thing that we did yesterday, except now on the defensive side of the ball. We're going to be looking at the current commits that Alabama has right now on the defensive side of the ball. Same with some remaining targets that they have, and even flip targets here as well. All right, first up, let's start on the defensive line because that is what a lot of people are talking about right now. Currently committed, you have Jamarian Matthews, Kamarian Johnson, and J.J. Finch. Now, I'll be honest, I think, all three of these guys, to be honest, you can't really say maybe underrated for Jamarian Matthews, but I think the other two guys, you can definitely say those guys are very, very underrated. You watch Kamarian Johnson's highlights, man, the dude just absolutely gets after it. He's way quicker, I think, than a lot of people just looking at his body size really take into consideration. He's sideline to sideline type speed, going to be playing that bandit position. I think all three of these guys are going to be really solid players for Alabama. And look, they're also going to be guys that you're going to get into the program. They're going to be there a couple of years before they actually start and get playing time. So they're going to get into the training program. You're going to be able to develop those guys. Look, by the time they're playing for Alabama, I got confidence that all three of these guys right here are going to be really, really solid players for Alabama. Two more top targets right now for the Crimson Tide, Anthony Jones and Nolan Wilson. I went ahead and put Anthony Jones along the defensive line as well because there's been reports out there from Bama Online, Andrew Bones, saying that there's an opportunity for Anthony Jones to actually get a lot of playing time at that bandit position. You see right there, 6'4", 260 pounds. So he has that body mass currently right now, but you can still take a little bit of weight off of him, and he can also play that wolf spot as well. You heard his dad, we talked about it the other day, saying that they're probably going to play him a little bit in coverage too. So to me, that says wolf. So Anthony Jones, the number 2 player in the state of Alabama, another 5-star. Nolan Wilson, he's going to be committing here on July 4th. So not too far away. Nobody really has, a lot of confidence right now about where he's going to go, but Alabama, anywhere from 3 to 5, maybe even a 6th defensive lineman really is the goal for them right now, and Nolan Wilson is definitely another guy that Alabama would love to get. Might be hard, who knows, to get both of these guys because of the money. Anthony Jones, a 5-star. That's going to command a big buck. And then you have Nolan Wilson, also a top 100 guy, 58 overall, the number 6 defensive lineman in this class. So, there's still a chance that you could definitely get both of those guys. It's not impossible by any means. But, just wanted to throw that out there. It might get a little iffy if one guy commits, maybe the other guy doesn't. But, I saw actually yesterday Steve Wiltfong said that they believe that Alabama right now is in the lead for Anthony Jones. Going to have to wait and see till July 4th about Nolan Wilson. Two more guys along the defensive line that might be long shots. One of them is going to be a flip candidate for you. Titan Davis, actually, the other day ended up committing to Michigan. So going to have to do a little bit of work if you want to get him, but he's also another guy. You're talking about the revenue sharing, the NIL. You got to be able to budget, and that's why, Alabama getting some of those, lower-ranked defensive linemen like J.J. Finch and Kamarian Johnson, it allows you to put some money in some other spots as well. I don't probably think you're going to be able to flip Titan Davis. Who knows about Elijah Golden? It seems, he took his most recent visit to Notre Dame. Seems like they are trending for him. But two more guys right there. Just wanted to make note of. You would love to get them in this class. Don't necessarily think you're going to be able to, unfortunately, though. So how many defensive linemen do you guys think Alabama will get in their 2026 recruiting class? Let me know what you guys think down in the pinned comment of today's video. All right, let's go over to Wolf now. Xavier Griffin, not committed anywhere right now, will commit on June 29th. So coming up here in just a couple of days on Sunday is when Xavier Griffin will be committing there. And this is a guy that Alabama's been really, really pursuing hard. He's listed as a linebacker, but Alabama's going to be really putting him at that Wolf position, I believe. So, really kudos to, Christian Robinson, your outside linebacker coach. He went and visited Xavier Griffin a couple of times during spring practice. Also brought Courtney Morgan with him one time. I believe Xavier Griffin even took an unofficial visit during spring practice, and obviously took that official visit there as well. Another 5-star option for Alabama. Once you get kind of, starting to count some of these guys, I mean, that's 4 or 5 stars that Alabama's going to be able to possibly land in this class. Yes, you're still going to get a couple of 3 stars as well, but that's kind of the price you're paying right now. If you want to get some 5 stars, you're going to have to also take a couple of 3 stars in this class. Xavier Griffin really been trending Alabama for a long time. There's also reports that I've seen out there that FSU and Texas are also making a run at Xavier Griffin, but seems like that genuine love for Alabama and the coaching staff and, the other players that, he was with during that official visit, seems like the vibes are right for Alabama and Xavier Griffin. Over to the middle linebacker spot now, Braden Rouse, Nick Abrams. Those are 2 guys that, Alabama was really, really targeting hard. And I could still see them, possibly going to Alabama. Tennessee seems like they're kind of trending for Braden Rouse. Nick Abrams, he's going to actually be committing on July 16th. So a little bit of ways away there. Karen Maycock, he's currently right now committed to Florida State, but he does also still have a commitment date set for July 7th. So I guess that's going to be kind of more or less like a final decision type thing. Is it going to be Alabama or is it going to be FSU? Anthony Davis is another guy that they brought in. And then Zay Hall, native to Tuscaloosa at Hillcrest, Tuscaloosa. He's going to be committing this afternoon, 5:20 p.m. Central Time. It's going to be between Alabama and Virginia Tech. Does have an official prediction in from Bama Online to commit to Alabama. He's a hometown guy. Yes, he's a little bit on the lower rated side, but went to a camp a couple of weeks ago, ended up getting an offer from Alabama. So, you always want those hometown guys to end up staying, whether or not they're 3 stars or 5 stars, whatever it is. Zay Hall, I believe, is going to end up committing to the Crimson Tide. We'll continue on here in just a second, but first want to give a shout out to our friends over at Fanatics. You guys can get hooked up with this Alabama Crimson Tide 4th of July shirt just by going to chatsports.com/Bama4th. All you got to do is type in chatsports.com/Bama, the number 4, and then the TH at the end of that as well. I'll put that link down in the comment section and the description of today's video. I'll also put a little clickable link over there in the corner of your screen as well. Over to the cornerbacks now. You got 2 really, really good cornerback commits currently right now in this 2026 recruiting class. Jordan Edmonds, currently right now, you're only 5-star. Depends how you, want to really technically rate E.J. Crowell. He's a 4-star / 5-star, number 33. Whatever. We're talking about defense here now. He's your only 5-star on defense here. Number 1 cornerback in the country right now. You talk about Coach Mo as well. He's done a phenomenal job recruiting, the secondary and those corners in particular. And then Zion Gibson, the number 4 player from the state of Alabama. When you compared to last year where Alabama got like 1 player in the top 20 from this, or top 15, whatever it was, out of the state of Alabama, you're doing a phenomenal job. Or this coaching staff anyways, is doing a phenomenal job recruiting those in-state guys. You got the number 1 corner and the number 3 corner already committed. And there's also another opportunity to flip Jaden Terry away from Georgia Tech. He came in for an official visit as well not too long ago. There were some positive vibes there. We'll see if he actually does end up flipping to Alabama. But, the number 30 cornerback in this class, 370 overall there. But you look at that wingspan there and the size that he's got, 6'3", 175 pounds, really does fit that same mold that Alabama's really been going after at that cornerback spot and at that safety spot. Really tall, really lanky guys. That's what they really like. You think about Dejon Lee, Jyra Edwards. We'll talk about him in just a second. He's really tall as well. So, they're really going after some of these big guys, and they've been doing a really, really good job of it. So let me know down in the comment section, will Alabama end up flipping Jaden Terry from Georgia Tech to the Crimson Tide? Let me know what you guys think. Type Y for yes or N for no down in the comment section. All right, you got another safety commit here right now. Rael Kelly ended up committing to the Crimson Tide just the other day as well. Look, he's another guy. He's in the 1,000 territory here in terms of these rankings, but we've talked about this week. You really got to be able to trust the coaching staff in terms of their evaluations for these guys. Also, he's out of Winton Woods, Cincinnati, same place that Justin Hill came from as well. So there's that connection there between those guys. But then again, I tell you again, 6'3", it's like Alabama's only recruiting corners or safeties if they're 6'3". I know Zion Gibson is 6 foot, but it seems like every single guy that they've been going after in the secondary is at least 6 foot, 6'3". So it's another guy. Really do think he's got some really, really solid playmaking ability. And like I keep saying, you're just going to have to trust that coaching staff in terms of their evaluations. At the some other safety targets here, Jyra Edwards has recently been predicted to end up committing to Alabama. It's just kind of a matter of time before that happens. July 5th is going to end up being his commitment day. And then you also have Laziah Jackson, who is listed at as a cornerback. I can't speak right now. But I've seen a lot of things out there that Alabama would consider taking him as a safety as well. Another player out of the state of Georgia. What did I tell you guys? 6'3" again right there. Number 123 overall and the number 13 cornerback in the country. Make sure you guys turn those notifications on as well. When Alabama gets commitments, we will put videos out for you guys. Just go back to where you first subscribed, hit the bell icon, change it from personalized to all so you get notifications for every single video, community post, short, whatever it is, you guys get a notification for it. Stay locked in, hit that sub button, turn those notifications on so you don't miss out on any Alabama football news.